come in. We're going to talk about all things going live with ease and confidence, friends. That is what today's this afternoon's call is all about. So I appreciate you all joining. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to talk about all things going live. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to get us going in just a few minutes, friends. I want us to feel confident that we can do this. And I am gonna shut down some features here. Just wanted to make sure I got everything going. So yes, live with ease and confidence. Let's see, friends. Thank you all so much for being here. Let me make sure I like the live. And then I'm gonna get going on my other screen. Appreciate you all joining. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all the support, friends. All right, this will be great. I'm going to pay attention to what's happening here. I want to make sure I move quickly so we can get going on the live. Hello, all who are joining the live. Appreciate you all being here. Let me know if you have any questions. So I'm going to look at the chat and get going here as well. And we're going to go as close to 4 o'clock as possible. And I appreciate everybody who is joining the live. I'm sure we'll get some more friends to come in the room. Appreciate you all being here. We'll get going in a second. And hello, friends. How are you? If you're joining the live, thank you so much for being here. This is my Go Live with Ease and Confidence. So I appreciate you joining the live. Let me know if you have any questions. Go ahead and put a comment in the chat. Say hello. I'm here. I'm here to support. I appreciate you being here. And if you are new to my live, go ahead and like the live. So comment, like, and subscribe. How you doing? Is it Nicholas? Thank you so much, friend. How are you? Thank you for being here. So thank you for liking the live as well. So make sure you like it. Appreciate you. Hello. Hi, Mountain Gaming said hi. How are you, friend? Appreciate you being here as well. And all my other friends that are joining, I'm happy you are doing well, friend. All my friends who are joining, go ahead and like the live, comment, and we are going to get started. This is my Go Live with Ease and Confidence. We're going to talk about all things going live and making sure you are not nervous, shy, scared, introvert, all the things that will hold you back from clicking that Go Live button. Done. Appreciate your friend. Yes, so definitely if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you go to my page and put a comment, my moderator is also Yes Michelle Crochets. So she's my mod. She'll probably jump in shortly. But if you do join, I appreciate you subscribing to both our channels. We will also go back and subscribe to yours. If you put a comment, like, and subscribe over there, we get notifications. So that way we can make sure we can go back and see it and subscribe to your channels. Thank you so much for being here, friends. You said I have a question. Thank you so much. How are you doing today? I'm doing well, friend. Thank you. I am doing well. I see all you guys joining. So I appreciate you joining. Yes. Hi, Mountain. What's your question? Hopefully it's a question I can answer because we're talking about going live with ease and confidence. So let me know if you have a question, friend. And like I said, my moderator, she'll jump in too. She's great with answering questions because she is a YouTube coach as well. So if you're thinking about your channel and the growth of your channel, especially if you're a small channel, you want to grow and you want to make sure your page is optimized, she is great. So she does discovery conversations, and if she comes in the chat, she'll also ask, how do you get started on YouTube? Oh, I subscribed and like. Thank you so much, friends. I will go to your pages and subscribe and like as well. how do you get started on YouTube? So here's a great, that's a great question, and you just made me think of something. At 6 o'clock, so when I get off this live, I usually do a YouTube exclusive where I kind of talk through my process. But really quickly, to answer your question, how did I get started? Essentially, you have to have 50 subscribers, so 50 subscribers to start live streaming. So that's the first step. And so I co-stream. I'm going to turn it on in a second. I go on TikTok. And so in TikTok, my community is pretty large there. So I've had people come over here, they subscribe to my channel, they connect with me, and then I was able to get 50 of them to come over. I also have products in my storefront. I also have products in my storefront that talk about digital marketing, how to brand yourself, how to create your community through a community of supporters, through coming on live, talking to them, sharing, adding value based on your topic, based on your niche, and then having a product that they can purchase. So people have purchased my bundle, which is the Launching Our Blueprint bundle, which is teaching you about digital marketing. It's a, I call it a starter kit. Like if you are interested in this space, because live streaming is digital marketing. Anything you do digitally is digital marketing. And so I created that, and then people were able to get that for me. And then I also have, the Ultimate Branding course. So that's also in my storefront. So if you go to my channel, you can see both of those products, and then you can also get those as well. So people purchased that, and then they said, you know what, I am interested in getting my bundle, and they became part of my subscription. So they end up coming over and getting the materials that way. So that's the first step. If you have something that you can offer people, and then they'll start coming over, subscribing, and then being a part of your community. And people are curious about YouTube. I will say that. So people are curious about how to start over here, how to grow. And because of that, they decided to start learning and building up their channels. So the first step is 50 subscribers. You can go live. And then again, what I do is co-stream, and I continue to save this as a playlist so people can go back and review it, and I grow the channel that way. So that's what I've been doing. So I've actually, in the last 2 months, I've grown 300 new subscribers just from coming on every day, talking about it, and people subscribe. So that's what would be my first tip. YouTube, I tell people, is a long game. You got to expect to be in it, continue to grow, continue to show up, continue to be part of this community, let people know that you are going to come here and support. And then I need to do better with creating more long form content. So I need to take some clips from here and maybe use that as long form content. And I could do some original content too. So I'm working through the timing of doing all that. So I'm trying to make sure I manage my time. But the first thing is I'm just live streaming. That's what I'm doing. So he said, what am I good at? I'm good at digital marketing and supporting people. Yes, I'm good at that. He said, what are you good at? I am good at being in this space and talking and connecting with people and adding value and asking questions, answering questions about branding. I am good at supporting people with thinking strategically about what they want to do in their life. And so I've been able to do that quite a bit in my other careers, my past jobs. And so I continue to do that in this space. So yeah, good at talking, good at communicating, good at sharing my knowledge and expertise. So that's what I do. But that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Like I said, this is my Go Live with Ease and Confidence. I help people with hopefully building confidence, understanding how their voice, their perspective matters, and how do you build a community based on showing up every day and talking to people. So I appreciate you all joining. Thank you so much. Feel free to add comments. I'm going to chat it up with you all, and I'm going to actually go live on TikTok. So you guys will see me in real time go live. I am doing it now. All right. Thank you all. It is Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income. I am here. I'm here. Go live with ease and confidence. So come on in. We're going to talk all things going live. Let me know if you have any questions as we go live and we chat about how to make sure you are building your community. So whether you are nervous, shy, scared, introverted, whatever it is, you can come here and build a community of supporters. So I just want to make sure I am offering guidance and tips on how to do that. How you doing, Drea? Thank you so much, my friends who are joining the live. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to answer your question. Go ahead and put in the chat for me, friend. Thank you so much, Nicola. Thank you so much, Don. Appreciate the daily heart me. How you doing, Kat? Appreciate you, Felicia. Let me know if you are new to my live. So this is my Go Live with Ease and Confidence. I do this at 4 o'clock. I'm going to be on for probably 90 minutes. We'll see how long the live goes because how you doing, Social Nana? Thank you so much. I'm actually going to do what's called my YouTube exclusive. So I'll do that as well, where I will chat with you all and connect on that space too, that platform, to talk about my journey over there. So I'm going to chat it up here and then go over there as well. Toya, how are you, friend? Thank you so much. Divine and Dana, how are you? Thank you so much. Miss Darlene, appreciate you all coming in. That's loud. Had to test it. I didn't realize I had that up that high. Hello. I was waiting in the hallway at the door. Were you really? I'm good, and you? I'm great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Come on in, Social Nana. Thank you so much. Let me know. Did you have a question? You're like, I was waiting for you. You know what? I was chatting. I actually could have came on a little sooner. I had a few people so what you guys know, I co-stream. So I had the YT people that was asking a few questions. So I was like, let me answer. I'm at the doctor's office, not staying long. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully it's just a regular checkup. So let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate the support, friend. Thank you so much. Good Tuesday to everyone. How you doing, Shay Shay? How is everybody doing? Thank you so much for being here. Yes, I'm doing well. Come on in, get that daily heart, me friends. Make sure you are connecting and growing your community. I appreciate you. And we're gonna continue to go live with ease and confidence. And if you are new to my live, I say it all the time. Let me know if you are going live. I want to hear from you thriving today, getting an X-ray. Okay. Hopefully, I'm betting everything is fine, friend. I appreciate you being here, though. Thank you so much. I know they're gonna make you put that phone away soon. You're talking about getting the X-ray. I appreciate you, though. Thank you so much for the support, Miss Darlene. Even when you are taking care of your own personal business, I appreciate the support. All right, friends, we are talking about going live with ease and confidence. So, this is my my 4 p.m. I consider this is for my people who are shy, nervous, scared. I call this my for my newbies, my people who are new to this platform that are trying to figure things out. My lighting's not as bright as it could be. Who are trying to figure this thing out. And then we have my people who are already going live that are doing it. So I want to make sure I'm here to support all of you all. And so as we go live, we're going to continue to keep going, keep showing up. Make sure TikTok knows we are here. We are not going anywhere. So that's what's most important. How you doing, Mr. and Mrs. Durham? Thank you so much for joining the live. And then as you guys are here, make sure you are sharing the live. Thank you so much for the popular vote and the roses. That is what it's all about. Hello, blessings. How are you doing, Jean? How's everything going? How are your lives going? Let me know how things are going. He said, hello, family. Appreciate you, friend. Yes, come on in, share the live. And so as you guys are here, look at you leveled up to level 12. Awesome. Thank you so much. And so, as you guys know, TikTok has been TikToking. It's been doing the most. Mine is good, going good. That's well. Appreciate you. Yes. So, yeah, they've been kind of deciding on how they're supporting a lot of us, live hosts and content creators. We haven't seen the same, um, support of our live being pushed out as in prior weeks. It's been a shift lately. So I want to name that. Yes, this is so true. Yes. And so I want to name that because I don't think it is only in my head. I do think, like you said, Mr. and Mrs. Durham, that it is true because they've been doing their own thing. So you know what? I say even in moments like this, you still show up. Okay? You don't give up. You continue to build your community. People who are going to support you regardless. They're going to show up for you. So don't feel discouraged by that by any means. That's what this is all about. It is about that consistency, friends. Okay. So I say that because I want you all to be consistent. I don't want you to be discouraged when the numbers are not numbering, or when you don't see the engagement, especially my new people, because I know a lot of times the cognitive, what I call the cognitive distortion, will say, well, I failed, or I'm not doing my best, or whatever the case may be. That is not the case. Sometimes it is out of your control, and you just keep showing up for your community and keep making sure that you're pressing on. So that's what I asked you to do. And let me know. Like I said, I know some of you guys. Thank you so much, Betsy. How are you, friend? I know some of you guys are in these TikTok streets, and I've been, like I said, been in the streets as well. Let me know if you've noticed any changes. I would love to hear what you guys are seeing as well. I'm sharing out my live, and if you could help share out the live, if you press down my nose over my glasses, you can see where you can share out the live to other supporters as well, and that way we get some more of our friends in the live. So I gotta share out my live. You said laugh out loud. I was going to go to live for second live a minute ago until I saw you. Oh, did you? Okay. Well, you definitely want to go though. Don't. I'm not going to be on super long. I'll probably be on probably an hour. We'll see, an hour, maybe an hour and a half, because I do want. I'm going to do my YT exclusive. You guys know I co-stream there, so I'm going to do that and talk about the journey over there, because there is some things that I'm noting and experiencing over there, and I want to make sure I am sharing in any insights I can from that perspective as well, so that if you guys are looking at growing your channel, you can be hopefully ahead of the curve and just making sure your channel is growing as much as possible. But that's the thing about it, you just want to continue to be here and be in this space, and don't give up, because if you give up, guess what? You're not going to see any progress. That's it. The moment you give up, things will shift and change, and you're like, wait a minute, I should have never given up. And so that's what this is about. Continue to do it. Continue to do it. Continue to show up, friends. Hello, how you doing, friends? Come on in. If you haven't grabbed your daily heart me, go ahead and grab that daily heart me. We're gonna do that as well. You can click that and make sure you are growing that way as well. I usually put up I'll put the sticker up as well, so that you guys know that that is there, and that's there for us to grab if you want to support. TikTok gave us a flash code. Oh my gosh, they gave us a flash code pretty early on, so we'll take it. I'm surprised they did that. Let's help Dr. Lisa meet her perfume. Oh, you guys. Oh, now it's the flash code. So now it's the puff. I just saw mine. Appreciate your friend. Thank you so much. Yes. Appreciate the support. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's been kind of up and down. It's been a roller coaster. So I am trying all things, recognizing that TikTok has a mind of its own too. So I am going to continue to show up, friends. Thank you all who gave a heart puff. I appreciate you. And then as we continue to grow, it's okay. The original will come back. That's it. That's it. Yes. Yes. Love that. Love that. They will come back. I appreciate you for that. And we will keep going. Yeah, I'm noticing. So I'm saying this out loud because I'm naming this for you all, just to make sure as you were going live, you kind of see some, if you notice any changes, is not maybe in your head. It is a reality. Need two more puffs. Yes. Appreciate your friend. Um, it's not, it's not made up. It is truly how things have been unfolding lately. People I normally see on my in my inbox, I commend. Thank you so much. I appreciate your friend. Um, and people I normally see on my feed, so I can follow them or go into their lives. They're not showing up there anymore. So I'm noticing a difference there. It's just an interesting perspective. So I'm noting that, and so I keep saying that so that you guys can know that it's not just something maybe you've been experiencing, especially if your views on your content are lower too. My views on my content are lower as well. So there's definitely something going on. I was naming that it was maybe the algorithm and how I was doing the TikTok shop stuff on the other page and getting that account going. But I think it's a little bit beyond that too. So So just recognize that other people are experiencing it as well, and you want to continue to keep showing up. Hey, what is the live about? The live is going. It's all about going live. So I want you to go live. Let me know if you go live, friend, and then go live with ease and confidence. So you are a newer account. So I'm assuming you are still growing in your community, and maybe you don't have live access yet. So let me know how you're doing. Wonder Therapy. Appreciate your friend. Thank you all who are coming in, getting that daily heart me and supporting. Good day, everyone. How you doing, Some Sugar? Thank you so much. How are you, friend? So if you're just learning, joining the live, I do have the flash goal going on right now. I can't pin it because it's still new, but go ahead and grab that heart puff if you have not done so already. You're welcome to do that. And if you haven't gotten your daily heart me, you're welcome to get that as well. So I appreciate you all coming in. Make sure you are building community. All of the engagement in terms of how you are connecting with people in the chat, like Mr. and Mrs. Durham. Thank you so much for your support. I am going to PIN your comments so that people can see that as a way to engage. My new people in the room, that's important. You want to click the person's photo. After you click their photo, you want to then go and follow them back, and then there's an at symbol. In that at symbol, you can say hello. Hello, beautiful. How are you doing? Good afternoon. Whatever you want to say, but try to avoid the words like scooped and follow and gotcha. All those words are words that are used as part of those those engagement rooms. They call them the grow rooms. So you want to make sure you're not doing that, so that way TikTok doesn't block your words. Everything you say matters. How you doing? Just fashionable. How are you? Come on in, friend. Digital Queen D, thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for sharing out the live. That's all important. We want to make sure we share out the live, and we are just one heart puff away from reaching our flash goal. So if you come on in, grab that heart puff, and that way we can reach our goal. It's one per person, so it's not multiple people. So thank you so much, Sassy. Appreciate you all, friends. And this is, again, the Go Live with Ease and Confidence. So if you are going live, I always say this, if you're going live, put your live topic, put your name, your title, the topic of your live, as well as your time and your time zone in the chat. How you doing, Jules? Appreciate your friend. Jules Place, thank you for joining the live. Thank you for being here. And you said, all following from Tennessee. Appreciate your friend. I am in Orlando, Florida. So thank you so much for being here. Um, well, let's do this. Who else is here from other parts of who are my people? Where are you from? Are you from Florida? Are you from Tennessee? From New York? From Texas? Where are you from, friends? Put your rep your city and your state as well. We're gonna get to commenting, and that's another way to get people to engage. So I say this, I do this as an example also. He said Bay Area. That's right, the Cali engaging. Appreciate you guys. We hit our flash goal as well. I'm in Virginia, Columbus, Ohio. Love it, love it. Thank you so much, friends. So yeah, I say that because that's a strategy. I'm saying it out loud. Yes, I'm saying it out loud because I want you guys to see different ways that you get people to communicate. As you are coming into your live and people are joining your live, ask people where they're from. Ask people, are they new to your live, or have they been here before, or they going live? So whatever your topic's about, see if you can get some engagement. But people tend to share their their city and state. So that's a good one. That's an easy one to get people to start engaging with your live. You said, Coach Mitch, just fashionable. I gotta say your name for this room. Go live. You go live on Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central. Fashion, accessories, beauty, inspire, glow up. Yes. Sassy, you said 8 p.m. You're doing the TTS affiliate that promotes beauty, fragrances, and health products. Ooh, love it. Ooh, you got to tell me, Sassy, how's the health products? I'm intrigued. I got some products that I'm talking about. That I want to talk about, but I'm not that I'm nervous. I'm very aware that you got to be careful about what you say. So that's why I'm like, okay, let me make sure I'm prepared for that. How you doing, Sultranetta? From the MD, the DC Metro here. Thank you so much, my Bahamas. How are you, friend? Katie, how are you? I didn't know you were Bahamian. Awesome. Kansas City, Missouri. Sharita, thank you so much for joining. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Durham. Thank you so much for inviting Sharita as well. Connecticut went live for the first time last night. How was it, friend? Some sugar, new. I'm 53 sons, fibromyalgia warrior. There we go. To travel, eat, pray, converse with people. Love it. How was it? How was your first experience? Please tell us. I appreciate you all coming in. You said laugh out loud so funny. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you being here. Let me know how's everything going with your live journey as well. You said amazing. Love that. That is awesome. Love the feedback, friend. Wow. And so thank you so much for being here. Very careful. I'm better at making the content than actually promoting on live. Yes. You know what? I don't know. The live, okay, obviously because I do this live, I like the live experience. The content creation is partly, probably my biggest struggle. I'll admit that. I can admit that. It is a little bit more time consuming because I'm hyper conscious of how I say things, what I'm saying. I'm trying to pull it all together, trying to make sure I don't stumble over my words. Here, for whatever reason, even when I stumble, I don't feel like I have to re-record. I just say it over again. Or it's just something about here I'm able to flow. When I'm in content, I'm trying to flow. Sometimes it flows, sometimes it doesn't. So, Nika, how are you? Thank you so much. Some sugar. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you for the roses. Look at you, the title gifter. You done took over. And she said, yes, it takes me a minute to post as well. Yeah, I figure once I just need to practice more, I'll get better. You know, obviously, I say it all the time, practice makes progress. And I have gotten better. Let me say that because I've noted from starting off with my posting content from, on this page, it was back in like November, I started the posting process. Um, Now I'm a little faster. I'm a little bit comfortable with just letting something kind of come out and it works. Because you guys know I do a lot of videos where I'm giving like tips and strategies. That's kind of where I kind of sit in that space. Um, but I'm trying to switch things up a little bit too. So I've done some videos that just have the music playing and it's just, the content on the screen. And so I'm trying to play around with some different ways to convey the content. So yeah, I'm the content creation queen. Are you really? Are you really, friend? Oh my gosh, Mr. and Mrs. Durham. So that's where you kind of thrive at. So what about the lives? How's your lives going? Because I think you were doing pretty well with your live experience too. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. How you doing, Nika Grace? Thank you so much. So yeah. Um, so thank you so much, Nika. Were you able to see me on the that I was live? Because I think you mentioned that earlier, like you hadn't been able to see that I was popping up as a live, as my live was active. I know the words not to, I know the words not to use. Okay, that's good. So I gotta work through that. She's one. That's why I'm here. Statement to Dr. L. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate that. I love that. Appreciate you. Lives are easier for me than actual content, the actual videos. I know, I know. I dread it, you all. I have to admit, I do dread it. It's like, okay, I know I gotta do some content. I'm gonna do some content. I'm like that when it comes to it. And I know I need to do something on my shop page because I haven't done a product. I think it's 2 days I haven't done a product, so maybe three. To be honest with you, might be three. So I gotta go over there and do something. So now I'm like, okay, day three, you got to do something before the sun goes down, and I'll post something. But I'm like, oh, something on my to do list. So I got to get better with that because I know with products you really gotta make sure you come up with more of a rhythm and make sure you have a lot more volume, especially if you have like my page has unlimited. So I need to work on my volume. Is that true? It takes me a minute to post. Yeah. So yeah, I need to post more. But on live talking about health, I'm very careful. It helps knowing words not to use. Okay, awesome. Yes, yes, Mr. and Mrs. Durham. Yes, I see you. Yes. Hey, Dr. Lisa, I have a question on topic, but it relates to you, TikTok shop. Sure, leadership. How are you, friend? Hello, thank you for joining, my friends. Yes, I saw you. Okay, you saw me today. That's good. That's good. Hello, D. How are you? I've had 20 I've had 20 pieces of content scheduled on my computer. That way, all I have to do is engage on before. Gotcha, batch. You batch. Okay, gotcha, you batch. Yeah, so you batch the content on your computer. Interesting. Are you using, when you say on your computer, are you using TikTok Studio on your computer? Is that what you meant? What do? You have it like saved in, like, not your drafts, but maybe on the desktop somewhere, in a folder on your computer? You sell one of those neck devices to hold your phone? No, I don't. I don't have that in my storefront. I know what you're talking about in terms of being able to hold your phone here and do the talking. I think that's what you're referring to. No, I don't have that in my storefront. I saw it though. It's a good idea. What I do have, I have this one. This is the one that suctions to a flat surface. So I do that. I meant to say that I batch my content and then I put it up on my computer to schedule to go. Okay. Again, I'm interested in the scheduling on you're saying computer. So I'm thinking live studio. So is that what you're using? Because you're using a computer, or did you mean your tablet? Maybe you're talking about tablet. I want to ask before I get one. Oh, you wanted to know about the product before you got one? You know what? I don't have that. Like I said, I have this one. This one I like a lot, because it's the where you could section it on a phone. I mean, on a window or a mirror, flat surfaces. Your fridge, cabinet. I did my doorway. So any flat, smooth surface, you can suction it. But the phone one, I've seen a couple different holders, and so all of them, I don't know. I think I was just thinking, I was like, I don't know if I would want to use it in that way where when you're like walking and you're doing the talking head video where you're walking and sharing something outside, or if you're just sticking in there just talking in maybe your kitchen or something, and you just have your the up close screen. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Well, what I do is that I use like this where I put my phone on it. It's a tripod for it can sit on my tabletop. So I use stuff like that to hold my phone. And then I also have, now I just started promoting the back camera feature, where you can have a back camera. So the last couple videos I did with the back camera. Does the suction, does a lot of flat surfaces, because I bought one and it won't suction to the cabinet. Oh, mine does. Oh yeah, mine is really good. Matter of fact, I just had it on this tabletop and it suctioned my desk. So it suctions to the smooth surface. I have to show you. Let's see. I'll show you real quick. I'll just show you as an example. So I've been doing this in my live. So see, so it's really good. It's snug. You gotta take it off. So I like it a lot. I think it's a good buy. It depends on the one that you get. I've heard some are better than others in terms of the type of suction mount, because some of them are kind of heavy. It depends on which one you're getting. This one's pretty lightweight. I'm riding a wave of going viral over the weekend. Oh, 42. Oh, Nicole. God, oh gosh, what was that? Oh gosh, look at you, friend. That's awesome. What was the video about? Let me clap for you. Good, congratulations. Look at there, friend. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear people having those experiences too. That's inspiring, friend. That is definitely inspiring. So thank you for sharing that. I need to start batching. I used to do like 2 videos in my draft, but they say it's not good. Yeah, I've heard that too. So I've stopped doing the save it. I try not to save in my drafts for long. So I'll save it for maybe half day, but I don't put it in there. Like, so for example, if I did a video this morning and maybe my live at 10, I couldn't get it out before that. As soon as my live is over, so maybe 2 hours, 3 hours max, I'm saving it because I'm gonna push it out right after I get off the live or something like that. Yeah, that's what I try to do. They teach content creation on my lives. You said you teach it? Hold on. It's Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Oh, that's a good one. I might need to. I'm gonna put that down. Let me put a little note, because I always try to do notes for people so I can get any tips. Thank you so much. 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Is that, what time zone was that? Excuse me. Thank you so much. Yeah, what time zone is that? Okay. You can log into TikTok via laptop. Yes, yes, I do on my laptop, but I don't save content there. So I've never done that. That I haven't done. Does it section do lots of flat surfaces because I brought one that? Okay. So yeah, Betsy. Yeah, mine sections pretty well. Yeah, Nika, what time zone? Asked as well. Yeah, I want to do everything live, knitting, and talking about my topics. There we go. How's everyone doing today, Friday? How you doing, Soraya? Thank you so much. I appreciate your friend. Come on in. Appreciate all the connection that's happening. We're going to continue to tap and chat it up. Okay, good. Super glad to hear that because I ordered it. Did you really? Okay. Shout out. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Congratulations, you all. Yes, the viral video. Um, I'll do it for a day or so. Yes. Okay, yeah. Okay, Eastern. That's good. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, um, yeah, you guys definitely want to make sure that you are getting as much content tips. That's the key, and that's the reality of it. And again, I praise going live because I think what I teach is that I want you to go live. And if you're talking to your target audience, if you're connecting with them, then I want you to think about it from a branding perspective. So that's the lens I talk about this space because a lot of times when you're in the content, it does take a little bit more effort to make sure your video is quality, or maybe you're riding a trend and you're able to have a viral video that goes out. But that doesn't happen to everybody. I think we're all, you know, pushing and striving for that. But at the same time, it doesn't happen all the time. So you got to be strategic. You got to make sure you know what kind of content to produce. And if you are really trying to connect with your target audience, then that means that you need to show up and start talking to them. Start talking. Otherwise, your content is not going to resonate with your audience. So you got to be intentional about what you're talking about and who you're talking to, so that you can have success with your content as well. So that's going to be important. Thank you all for coming in. Again, if you are new to my live, I know you guys are sharing the live out. Yes, this is true. It is. It is. So start with the content though. You got to make sure, because even if you're going live, you got to have content for your audience. That's the reality. If your audience is not seeing where you are producing content, then again, you know, your live is not going to be heavily attended unless, you know, again, unless you're very strategic about what you're saying, how you're talking to your audience, how you're resonating with them. But people often will follow you and they go to your content. So again, you got to have it there, okay? So you got to make sure you're producing it. How you doing, Coach Yasmin? How you doing? Thank you all for liking the live. I appreciate you. Make sure, let's make sure we're sharing out the live. And if you are new to my live, go ahead and put new in the chat. What is your name? It's right there, Dr. Lisa. How are you, Dr. Lisa? Launch your income, friend. So this is my go live with ease and confidence. So some of you put in here already that you're a live host. If you are new and you're nervous about going live, let me know so we can start talking about what's holding you back. I want to make sure you're being intentional about your live journey. And then if you are going live, put in here that you're a live host. So again, we want to make sure people see what you're doing and what topic you have, as well as what time zone. You said, Rhonda, you said I post regularly, but did someone say it's not good to post save videos? Yeah, the messaging is that when you batch create in the app, that you're holding that content that's in there, and you're holding space essentially in your drafts, in that draft space, that you want to push that content out. So you don't want to hold drafts for too long. So they say that's a bad thing. It slows down your page, for lack of a better word. And so you'll have to clear, it's called the cache. You're gonna have to clear that space out soon on a regular basis. So you're not supposed to batch create for like weeks on end and just have videos sitting in there. That's a no-no. So you want to make sure you do actually clear it out. Mr. and Mrs. Derman, I know you said you teach about content creation. Is that something you've heard? I just want to make sure that a consistent message. Now, I saw that actually written in the new community guidelines. So when you go to the TikTok studio, go to the homepage, there was a message in there that was part of um, I want to say it was the community guidelines area. Not maybe not the community guidelines. Maybe it's one of those articles for content creators, new content creators. They had kind of a little blurb about how you clear it out and why you want to clear that out. So that's where you want to go to get that. Rhonda, let me know if you have still more questions about that. I can find what I'm talking about. Right. It will tell you to clear it out. Clear it up. Okay, great. Because like I said, I read it where you're supposed to do that. Understood. Thanks for repeating that. I was just joining. Oh, appreciate you, friend. No problem. Hello, friends. How are you doing? I'm scrolling. This live caught my attention. Listening, taking notes. Oh, thank you so much. How you doing, Untamed? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you joining live. And then I want to make sure how you're doing, friend. Okay, I was about to say I don't want to have to give you homework. Homework is when I tell people they don't have a bio. If you don't have any words in your bio, like some people who show up into the live, if you don't have words, you got to always put words in your bio so that we know who you are in the live session. And then TikTok, even before that, with your profile, that's how you optimize your profile, that those words are there to help categorize your content. So again, you're helping TikTok know who you are and what you're all about. And then as you produce content and as you also are thinking very intentionally about the searchability of your page and your content, TikTok will categorize you. And so people who are looking for that, they will come across your page and your content. What whatever you talk about on these lives, that Dr. Lisa said, your content must match. So yes, that is true. It has to be an alignment. So again, thank you for sharing that because that's important because as you are again going live and producing content, people who are searching for that content or that live stream, that topic in the search bar, they will come across your page, they will come across your live session. Okay? So you want to make sure that there's an alignment between your bio, your content, your live topic, and everything you do. So people, again, that you're getting the right audience. I say that all the time. Your audience it matters to them, and what you want to make sure what you're sharing here, what you're sharing your content resonates with your audience. Okay? And so people think that they can just go live and just talk to everybody. People are not going to stop and listen if they don't feel like what you're sharing matters to them. Okay? So you want to be intentional about that. Um, Thank you so much. I see you, Untamed. I appreciate you. And you are connecting correctly. Why would you want to talk to everybody? Well, you know what? Let me say. People say that all the time. People's like, you know what? Everybody's welcome to my live. Anybody can come. I'm just sitting there talking, and I'm like, well, actually, you might wanna structure that a little bit so that people will stop and listen because they want to make sure your message resonates with them. So yeah, there's a lot of people who do that, and then you see there's some of those rooms that are part of the oh no, that is how you get. Yes, it is. It is. That is possible. But you know, some of those rooms that are some of those what I call the grow rooms, they are thinking that they're talking to everybody. I will submit that they're actually not even for everybody. Their rooms are designed, especially with how they're engaging, how they're interacting, what type of music they're playing. They are targeting a certain person, people who are interested in their music, people who love their personality, people who are interested in coming in that room to, do maybe some real engagement and some fake engagement. So again, they are targeting a certain demographic as well. So you just got to be intentional about what you're saying. So somebody who's interested in 90s music or, uh, uh, I don't know, country music or some other type of genre of music will go to certain grow rooms. That's just the way it is. So you just got to know who you're talking to and just make sure you're appealing to that person. So yeah, I agree. You said that's how you get trolls. Great. I'm new. I am considering going live to share spiritual wellness through the Word of God. There we go, friend. That's it. And so you would talk to people who are interested in your live. And so what I shared, and I posted about this recently, You want to make sure, how you doing this solving mom? How are you, friend? You want to make sure that you are sharing your story, sharing your journey, telling people why you showed up, especially in the beginning, because that's going to make them stop. That's going to make them want to listen to you. That's going to want them to hear your story and see if your story aligns and resonates with them. Yeah. Oh yes, there's some cool black women who play 70s on vinyl in their lives. Really, really, that is awesome. Like disco. Is that what you're saying? Like disco music? Yeah. We talk about real talk healing after divorce. Ooh, real growth and how we grow on social media. I love that. I love that healing after divorce. Let me, Mr. and Mrs. Durham. I'm curious. Are y'all second marriages? I'm assuming that's what you're saying, or divorced, and y'all came to the live to do that together. Let me know. I'm intrigued now because I can see myself doing a live stream with my ex-husband. I'm just saying. I would do it with my current husband, but not my ex-husband. Let me know if that's what you're saying. Yeah, so I'm remarried. I am life after divorce, but got remarried. And so yes, I would. That would be an intriguing live stream. I would say, share my testimony. Thanks. Yes, that's it. Share your testimony. Start there. Start there. Since I'm new, seems most of my feed is how to go viral first. How do I discern good advice from bad? Ooh, that's a good point. Everybody, and to your point, well, what I'm going to say, you need to first of all start searching other topics that are of interest to you. So, untamed brain, maybe you're probably thinking about what does it look like to start searching the ADHD life and throwing some life hacks and nuggets your way. So again, just thinking about people who are living with ADHD. So you want your For You feed to be content that's relevant to you, topics that you're interested in seeing. And then as you're in the comments of those videos, so as you're engaging in those videos and watching them all the way through and commenting, liking, saving, sharing, doing all the things, reposting, so doing all the things, in those comments are people who are interested in that topic too, which those people are your target audience. So I tell people all the time, tell TikTok what you want to see. Tell TikTok. So if you so I'm assuming you're watching and looking and engaging in some of those viral videos. And so TikTok is just saying, oh, okay, this is what you want to see. I'm going to keep sending it to you. But that's not what you want your feed to be based on. You want it to be based on your topic. So that I would say you need to now educate TikTok on what should be showing up in your feed. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to do with the ADHD. Yes. Yep. That's it. Fourth between the two of us. Okay. Fourth between the two of us, we healed and chose to love again. Okay. Wait a minute. So it is your ex-husband? Wait a minute. Y'all married? Got divorced? Got remarried again? Let me know. Let me know. Is it your ex-husband or the newest new husband? the new. I'm confused. No, it's not my husband for divorces between of us. No. So no, it's not my husband for divorces between the two of you. So he's the current husband. It's hard to put everything inside this little text. So he's the current husband. He's not the past divorce husbands. Yes, okay, gotcha. Okay, I got you, friend. I love it. Yes, okay, yes. Okay, been there, been divorced once, not twice, but once. So, um, and I do have my current husband, and so we've talked about it. He's not. He is a great communicator. He is awesome, but I think he's still kind of like a lot of people are not nervous, but just uneasy about social media in this way. Okay, so he's one of those who's like, oh, he's still kind of like filling social media out and live streaming. He gets it. He watches a lot of live streamers on YouTube's and podcasters. So he enjoys watching. He definitely could be great at facilitating conversation and engaging in this way. He's funny, he's interesting, but at the same time, I think it would be a learning curve for him. He would have to kind of feel his way through this. But I think he loves listening and being part of maybe the chat and the dialogue in that way. Yes. Y'all laughing at me? I was like, yes, my husband was too in the beginning. Yeah. But then he saw that he was helping so many people. Oh, I love that. Hey, team, how you doing? Kenyatta, thank you so much for being here. Oh, that's good. Maybe I should make him do a session with me one day. We'll see. We'll see. I have to really convince him. We might have to be on the practice mode for a while, y'all. We're just going to have to be on the practice screen before I have him come in and do a real live one. He said he doesn't want to. He doesn't want the homework. I told him, I teased him, I gotta sit him down because he'll pop into the live at times and he'll say a comment or two. Um, and I told him to do his homework. And I don't think I've set him down to actually do the homework. So I said, if you come in my live without your homework done again, so we'll see. You said we dance on social media. Nice, nice. That sounds fun. All this heavy talking, I'm happily running solo after 20 years. Well, I will say, I'm sure all of us in the room had our solo years before too. So yes, the solo years were fun too. They were. They were fun. I laugh about that because obviously in between the marriages, I was solo, so it was fun dating. But now I'm married. All right, friends. He said, thank you so much, you all connecting. I see you all. Thank you for sharing the live. So yeah, you definitely want to make sure you have a topic that you can talk about. And I tell you all the time, make sure you are talking and telling your story. I think that's what people want to hear. They want to hear, what does it mean to be here in this space? Share a little bit about your background, and then as time goes on, then you can decide what other things you want to offer. Most lives, in my opinion, should lead people towards a solution. Not everybody. I know a lot of people will jump in and automatically they're trying to sell their business, their products or their services. I don't think that's the approach you should take. I was talking to somebody today. I was meeting with them, and I said, you know what? I see you have a storefront. You got everything lined up. Everything's ready to go. You are wanting to talk about your products. I said, you got to build that rapport first. You got to make sure people feel connected to you. You got to build the know, like, and trust. And so then people will say, you know what? What's in your solution? What's your solution? What do I want to get? Okay? Because if you don't spend that time doing that, people are just going to keep swiping. They're going to say, well, you're not talking to me because what you offer isn't something I need. I don't understand why I should get it from you. So you want to make sure you're spending that time building that rapport before you just jump all in. Okay? And I tell people, here's my suggestion, and I'm just going to be honest with you. If you're really doing it strategically, it may take you 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks before you even start talking about what's in your link in your bio. Okay? If it takes you 2 weeks, and here's the logic. The first week is really about you talking about you. Talking about what it is about you that makes you come to this space. Why are you here? Who are you? What other insights do you have to your specific topic? Okay? So then you're going to share that, and maybe you even give, like, here's some common questions I get from people from my content or whatever, and I want to give you some answers. And people are like, oh, okay, well, this person has some insights to this. This person understands what's happening in this space. I'm going to stop and listen. Oh, that was a question that I had. Oh, I love the way they answered it. And so again, you're spending that time building that rapport and really hopefully position yourself as someone who has a little bit of knowledge and understanding. At the same time, you're spending time learning this platform, okay? Because that you need to learn the platform. You need to understand how to pin people, how to respond to questions, how to do the sound effects if you need to. So again, you spend time learning the app. So when it comes to week 2, if you're being really strategic about it, then you want to spend some time, okay, saying, here's where you can get some more information. I have a free is optimal word, a free product, free service in my bio. or the link on my page, because then now you're sharing added value and you're offering something else they can take away. Okay? And in that takeaway is a trade-off between them getting something for free, but also you getting an email. So just recognizing that that's the trade-off, okay? And then if you are in a position where people are like, okay, now I want to get your paid product, then maybe you introduce something else that may be in your showcase. But at the same time, you're adding value, and the value added should be part of that conversation. Should be based on the free product that you're giving. Okay, so that's week 2. And so you want to spend some time doing that for week 2 and maybe even week 3. Okay. So again, you're not necessarily selling. You are to a certain extent because you're selling yourself as a solution. Okay. So I share that because a lot of people like to skip ahead and think like, oh, this is all about me coming in here and all of a sudden I'm going to make a whole lot of money. I tell you to take time, build that rapport, build up your community first. Okay, hold on one second. I want to catch up on comments. You said, I agree. I see you. Say, yes, ma'am. Um, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's see. Coach was just, he said, solo for almost 9 years, divorce 8 years. Ooh, yes, yes, I agree. Yep. Yes, again, as a first timer, how long should, oh, wait, how long should I be on live? You want to make sure that so there's a couple ways you can look at it. You can go live. If you're super nervous and just trying to figure this out and you're trying to figure out what to say, you turn on the camera and you're like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming. Try to go live at least 10 minutes that very first time. Only reason why I say 10 minutes is to help you start getting used to going live longer, because you got to do a total of 3 lives over the course of 3 separate days. So you can't do them all in one day, but 3 separate days, 24 hours in between the days. And so that first one, maybe 10 minutes. Second one, 15. Third time, maybe 20, 25 minutes. 25 minutes is the minimum to get the maximum from your Skill Live rewards, the maximum rewards percentage. So that's where you get 38% of your rewards. You get an additional 2% from people coming in, new followers. So you're always striving to make sure you hit that minimum mark. I tell people a round number is 30 minutes to me is the minimum you should strive for. Look at the clock. You could swipe to the right or hit the little house above below the power off button. But make sure you're going at least 30 minutes. You can see how long you've been live. And if you are doing 30 minutes and in that 30 minutes you got 5 new followers, because people are always coming in, swiping in, they may click to follow you, or they may do the daily heart me and connect with you that way. But if you are getting the new followers, then essentially you can maximize the Skill Live rewards and get the most from your rewards payout. Good afternoon, all. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for being here. Sorry, I was on phone. Thank you so much. Thank you for the daily heart me. NK, how are you, friend? Appreciate you all coming in. So thank you so much for listening. Listening this week to wisdom. Yes. Thank you so much. You know what? You rock week 1. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I mean, you are really knocking out that part first week. So can I brag on you? Let me know if I can brag on you. I bragged on you earlier and I did not share your name. I think I bragged yesterday morning. I didn't say your name. I didn't say who you were, but I was bragging about you. So, but yes, that's the thing about it. You got to be intentional about what you're doing. I personally like to settle in. Meaning, I like when people go live for a long time. Yes, that's true. I do. I do. I like sitting in. It's almost like watching a nice talk show. Thank you for that response. You're welcome, friend. Yes, thank you. Appreciate you. So, Rhonda, let me brag. Rhonda went live for the first time last week, all week long. Have you gone live? We're on, what's today? Tuesday. Did you do yesterday and today? I think today is later because you're probably 7 p.m. Let me know what time you go live. But Rhonda started last Sunday. And so with her starting last Sunday, she went live every day last week. She had a hiccup with TikTok because TikTok was doing some glitchy stuff last week. Yes, I'm committed to 30 days straight. There you go, friend. Awesome. And so it was glitchy last week. Essentially, they were saying people were putting stuff in their shopping carts and they wasn't even touching the button, and it was providing violations, and it was just weird. So I've had several people come back and say that happened to them, and she said that happened. We have I have a Zoom meeting that happens on Monday for this anybody who's part of my group through the Instagram group chat. And so we had a meeting on Sunday, and she shared her testimony of going live, having that glitch. And in the course of the conversation, she was like, "Yeah, I got 2 new subscribers." I was like, "Wait, hold up, wait a minute." So she got 2 new subscribers in her first week, and she had 2 people go into her storefront and download her lead. So she had 2 new leads. People got her freebie. And so she had that level of success in week 1. So I mean, seriously, that is huge because it doesn't happen like that for everybody. And the reality is, if you're really being intentional, you're just coming in, sharing your story, whatever you were sharing, and you were sharing some good information. I'm just going to say that first and foremost. But you resonated with your audience. And that's the thing. You want to make sure your audience gets to know, like, and trust you. And they were interested in what you had to share. And they felt compelled to, based on what you communicated, to go click the link in your bio or click your subscription and become a subscriber. So that is awesome, friend. That is absolutely awesome. But again, it requires you to show up and be your authentic self. So you want to make sure you're spending the time as much as possible with your community and sharing any anecdotes about why you're there and what it is about you that made you come here and talk about that topic for your audience. So that's what's most important. Thank you so much. It's difficult to keep up with comments while you're live. I like I'll be afraid to miss comments. You know what? So as you can tell, I don't know if I'm being a good example. I'll go and I'll start talking, and then I'll just my finger is constantly on the chat. I am touching my phone really the entire time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for the buddy the buddy roses. Thank you so much. The button flower. Um, so yeah, I'm always moving the chat up and down. I'm seeing comments. I don't have a moderator currently, but I do have people that will comment for me. And so if I said something, so I appreciate you all supporting too. Woohoo, congratulations. Yes, she did that thing. She sure did. Thanks for explaining that glitch because I got a violation for no reason. Yes. Yolanda, yeah, it was glitching. There were several people who came in and said that they got dinged for having something in their shopping cart or something, and they hadn't done anything. So I'm gonna say it was a glitch, and I don't know if TikTok. So Rhonda, you gotta share. Did TikTok ever say, "Oh, our bad," and or did you have to appeal it, and it got approved because you appealed? Um, and so they removed the violation, but I don't know if anything ever was stated formally that it was a glitch. Yeah, wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. That's what it's all about, people. That is what it's all about. Thank you all for sharing the live and liking the live. Appreciate you doing that. Yes, sounds like a good. A mod sounds like a good idea. Yeah, you could definitely do a moderator. And we had a vet. There was a few people who came on and talked about moderators in the chat, and a vet came up. She was a guest, someone that was a viewer yesterday that came up as a guest, and she shared her experience. She moderates for about 5 rooms and 5 different people, and so again, she was just giving some insights on what it is to be a moderator. Here's my take on it. I could probably use a moderator. The room hasn't been rooming as much because TikTok is doing its own TikTok things right now. But when the room is rooming, I could use a moderator. Don't get me wrong. I would say get used to doing it without a moderator first. That's my only 2 cents about it because it allows you to become more intimate and personal with your room, with people who are in your room and connecting. So it allows you to build that relationship. It allows you to see people, say hello to them. You're connecting with them. You're asking them where they're from and who they are, and are they new or they been going. Whatever your topic is about, you should have at least 2 or 3 questions that you can throw out there. Obviously, the core questions surrounding where you're from. Tell me where you're coming in and viewing from. That's something you can easily put in the chat or say to people coming in your room. Um, But as you are doing it for a few weeks, let me know if you're new. So you want to have those core questions that you can throw out to people, and then you probably can have questions pertaining to your topic that will resonate with your audience. Family, tap the screen, please. Yes, definitely tap and share out the live. I appreciate you all supporting the live. Thank you so much for being here. We'll try to get our taps up to about, let's try to see if we can get to 50K. Let's see if we can get the taps up. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for supporting the live. Uh, do they pay her? So I did not hear her say if she got paid, but what I've always been told, and even when I was with an agency, because I just left Gravitas Q, when I was with them, they said moderators are a voluntary experience, so it's not necessarily a paid experience. And so what they recommended is that you find someone, first of all, you trust somebody who's able to follow your specific instructions or requirements in terms of how to moderate, and then you go from there. So it's my understanding that it's not paid; it's a voluntary experience, and many people who moderate are still trying to engage. They are learning the app. Maybe they want to be part of your community, but that's a special way they can support the community by answering questions and moderating for you. The other thing is, people oftentimes use family members, use friends, that type of stuff too. So it really is kind of, it may even be like a trade off. Like you come to my live, I come to your live. And so it just depends on how you do it. But essentially, it is voluntary. Those 2 days, only 14 people viewed my live. Interesting. Definitely didn't go to the FYF. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, my reach has been much lower lately as well. Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, so it just depends on how you set up moderators. So for my other page, my moderator, so I will say this for my people who are doing TTS, that's the shop page, TikTok shop. So people who are doing that, I would recommend if you could start, I actually say the opposite. If you could start with a moderator, try to have a moderator as much as possible in the beginning if you could start with one, because essentially if you're doing it as a full shoppable live, essentially you are talking about the products, you're showcasing the products, you're giving examples about them, you're discussing the features and benefits, you're paying attention to, again, the product description and how you're describing it, as well as you might be looking at the chat and seeing how people are asking questions or encouraging people to engage. So when you have a moderator, you can have that moderator pay attention to, getting rid of the trolls and bad actors, putting comments in like free shipping or, flash sale or whatever the comments are, or you can have them help with pinning the products. So again, it's a little bit more interactive when you're doing a shoppable. So having a mod, definitely a plus if you could do it. Now, my daughter started off as my mod and she quit on me. so she didn't, she last, I think I got her to do, because I do Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I just completed my third week of doing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And so this week coming up will be my fourth time doing that series, that weekly series. And so she did week one with me. And I think I got her to do, so she did the first three. I think I got her to do the first four with me, for me. And she quit. So she quit afterwards. And I couldn't bribe her. I couldn't get her to commit to it. She's home for the holidays for the summer for her college. And so had she was hanging out with friends, trying to go out with her friends and stuff. So she really was not trying to be my moderator. I will say though, the early days of her helping was helpful. So when she did quit on me, I moderated the last couple days. And the last week was a whole full week that I had to do it by myself. And I think I did okay. It was a learning curve. It definitely was not perfect. And again, I have to figure out my engagement. I have to figure out typing words in the chat so I can do that a little bit more and engage in the chat a little bit more. But it was definitely helpful. I used my other account, not this account, which is why I think I'm in trouble with TikTok. I used my other account to be a moderator for me. So I've been doing that a little bit too. So yeah, it was definitely a learning curve. So he said, my offer stands tomorrow for you. If you ever need it, I'm here. Thank you so much, friend. I think I might need you for TikTok shop. We might need to talk about that one. And then TikTok is not being nice to me, so we'll see. I appreciate you though. It's a lot of for someone to commit, especially if sometimes a live host goes over their scheduled time. That's true. Untamed, how are you? Thank you so much for that gift. That was your first gift. I should have. I need to break down the whole support for liking, sharing, blue box gifting. You got your blue box too, friend. I usually talk about that because the blue box is important to your engagement, so that's key. Thank you so much. She did get the gift. Did my daughter get the gift? She ain't got it formally. It's here for her, but I didn't give it to her yet. Yeah, definitely it is a time commitment. It is a time commitment. So yes, definitely a time commitment. Hello, how you doing? 4433 Kevin. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the support in the live. Thank you so much. So really quickly, the support in the live. Let me just share that. So as you are going live, especially my people in the live room, my live hosts in the room. I always tell you that you want to talk to your audience so that they properly engage. Okay, that is important to build your live. That is important for your live to grow. People need to tap the screen. They're liking the live. That's essentially where it says that 21.9K. Those are likes from your viewers. TikTok pushes your live out to more people. That's how it's supposed to go. People who are commenting. So comments are gold. You want people to comment. You want the engagement to continue because TikTok sees that as your live is interactive. People are connecting and supporting the live that way. So that's important as well. Thank you so much, Shay Sprays. Thank you for the sub stickers. I engage but still struggle to have people in the live. Yes. Well, again, it is getting them to engage in the live. Even those 5 people can support. So those 5 people who are coming in and they are liking the live, they are commenting, they are sharing out the live. TikTok sees that as interaction and more people get pushed into your live. Obviously, the shares is helping because they're sharing it out. And so maybe some of those people will join because they shared it. So that's also important. Thank you so much. Sis, have to go and get ready for my coaching class. Okay, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Durham. Appreciate you joining live. And so as you are doing your live, you'll have to get to the point where you get people to really support in that way, sharing, liking, and commenting. Hold on, Untamed. Hold on one second. You said, "How do I like the live?" That's a lot and from on the screen. A little confusing. So, how do you like the live? You are literally taking your finger and just tapping your screen. Are you on a tablet or a phone? So you'll see where those red hearts pop up. And right above here, right under my name, if you take your finger and just tap the screen, there is a red, no, I'm sorry, fuchsia type heart that's going to pop up. And then there's a line that will start crawling across. And then that fuchsia heart will get fatter. It'll have some dots start percolating out. And then when you let go, it actually falls confetti. Confetti will fall on your screen. So he said, I got it, yes. So essentially you're liking the live. So you support the live by tapping the screen. And so in those taps, they matter. They support the live. In my shoppable live, I talk about the tapping device. So this is a tapper. And so you can use that to also help you with tapping. It clips to your phone, and this little nozzle here just pulsates on your screen. And it's almost like it's tapping for you. So it does that, and you get taps that way. So that's something. I don't have it on this showcase. It's on my other one. My showcase for my shop page is at Dr. Lisa Shops. So it's Dr. Lisa Shops, DrLisashOps. Do you announce a light goal to those who come into your room? You know, as the live is there, people are coming in, you can share. TikTok make me do a post. I was just touching the screen, TikTok. I'm here. That comes up so random. How you doing, Mimi? How are you, friend? Thank you so much for joining with that level 30 blue box. Appreciate your friend coming on in. So you can, as you are in your live, thank you so much for the popular vote, friend. As you are in your live, you'll see where you can share with people. Let's get it up, guys. Let's support the live. Let's tap. Maybe we want to get to 10K. You can say 10K. You can say 25K, 30, 50. You know what I'm saying? So as people are there, that's a way to support the live. And they just take their fingers and tap. Thank you so much for those DJ glasses. I appreciate your friend being that title gifter, coming in, supporting the gift gallery. Appreciate you so much. Look at you. Thank you so much, Mimi. I appreciate that so much. And that is, I should talk about that, the gift gallery, more because it is important to make sure you got that gift gallery filled up over time. I don't talk about it enough, but as you guys are going live, you want to encourage people. If you click there, Mimi is a title gifter. She is an MVP. She is. And she comes in and she'll support. She clicks that gift gallery. She's like, what can I get in here? You're getting points as a viewer for that engagement. That's why she's a level 30. She comes flying in. TikTok knows she's a high engager. And so all that becomes part of how she is strategically being successful in the app. Mimi, I'm gonna message you because I want to hear a little bit more because you go live in the evening. How is your evening lives? And I know you've had a lot of success. Have you seen a shift? And I'm asking you this because you go later. Are you seeing a shift in terms of your live numbers being lower, anything like that? But again, I know you have a very specific type community that you do your lives for too. So it may not be a changing in how your lives are performing. But I figure I would ask because I know your room is always kind of rooming. Hello, thank you so much for sharing. You said I go at 9 p.m. and my numbers are very low. Really? Shea sprays. Interesting. Yeah. Like I said, I know as you guys saw, people were in the live earlier. Um, you said I get a lot of other countries. Interesting. So is that because of your time? Or I know your topic is pretty open and welcoming for different people too. So she has like this TikTok after dark conversation, y'all. So y'all might want to join her live. Okay. So it's supposedly time and topic. That's it, time and topic. But I go into other lives and there are plenty of people. Yeah, it depends though, because what we're hearing is that even for those rooms, their numbers are not as high as they normally could have been, even when it looks to be rooming. So I think people are saying that it's definitely a dip, but I think it still does depend on the topic and obviously the room itself in terms of loyal followers. I'm not even going to live tonight because I would be a waste of time feeling discouraged. You know what? Shea sprays, I'm going to tell you, don't do it. Don't do that, friend. Here's what I will say, and this is why I say stay consistent. So for a couple reasons. Consistency matters. TikTok will reward whatever. I've seen the roller coasters. I've seen them go up and down. I say that all the time. I've seen it do this. So I do feel like this feels a little different, just in my own humble opinion about what's happened. But I know it does happen. So that in itself is just recognition that it's going to go up and it's going to come back. It's going to go down. It's going to come back up. So I say stay with it. The other reason why I say stay with it is because we're approaching that next extension deadline. Okay, so in that extension deadline, we're going to approach it. The deadline is actually June 18th. So we're going to approach that next extension deadline, recognizing that with that extension deadline, change is about to happen. Okay, so we're going to see. Obviously, I'm in of the company that it is going to get extended again, or we're going to hear our new owners. One of the two. So because of that, I recognize that I don't think it's going anywhere. But because of what's happened in the past extension deadlines, there's been a surge, a wave. People are coming in. People are, that whole high anxiety makes people pause and stop and get discouraged. And then you get this wave. And so what you want to be is on the side of already doing it, being consistent, showing up. So when that wave happens, you get to benefit from it. But if you're not going live, you're just sitting back to see what happens and you're going to wait until afterwards, you might miss that surge. So for that reason, sorry, people. I had a call that just came in. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. For that reason, you want to be able to benefit from that end. Um, so don't get discouraged. I know it's hard, but just stay with it. You said, I assume the late night lives were lit and very full. The TikTok streets don't close. I will say that. So if you are of the late night company and you have the interest to be around in some of those conversations, by all means, enjoy. It is a party. I've had the same schedule since last fall. Being consistent hasn't helped. Oh wow. Well, you might Shay, we need to talk offline. You might need to reevaluate your live stream. Like, what's happening? Are you looking at your recordings and seeing if there's anything you would do differently? But I'll try to stick with it. Yeah, yeah. But so is your live about just sharing your products? Are you talking about anything else? I would say maybe switch up a little bit in terms of maybe that added value piece to kind of just see. And then, when it comes to the TikTok shop, I'm selling my products. Okay. When it comes to the TikTok shop, here's a quick tip. You might need to do some research on other, and you have your own products. What I'm saying is go on the TikTok shop side of the streets and see how people are promoting the fresheners. So if you were to search, or essential oils, if you were to search inside the shop page and see who is promoting essential oils, what products are, what live streams are happening, take a look at what they're doing. Do some research on that end. I don't know if I'm offering any new advice, but I would say look at that, because um, one thing I did, and that's why I'm in trouble on this account, is that I was doing the research on this account. I was like, let me go into some other people's lives and see how they're talking about the products, see what they're describing. So, for example, the gimbal stabilizer. This is one of my products. I literally sit in on a gimbal stabilizer live to see what they say. And so you guys will see me when I was doing the demonstration of that product. I got it from another live that I seen how they talked about it. I was like, okay, let me do that. Let me make sure I tee up the product so I show it that way. So again, that was just something I noted that I saw somebody else doing. And I was like, okay, I'm going to use that in my live and make sure I share it in that way. Now, granted, I had one day where I did not even charge the product. So it was not working. This thing has a mind of its own too. So every time I do it, I hold my breath. Because I was like, wait a minute. And it's the user error. It's not the machine. It's me, because I'm still learning it. But and I didn't charge it that day because it was like, sister, we are not gonna work right. So I don't know what you're trying to do. But it was good seeing other people do it. You said, oh, that's smart. Yeah, yeah. So I did some research. Now the problem is I was doing it on this page, and now I have to do my research on my other account. So my shop account, and then I have a third account that I use to do my research now. But again, just research other people and how they're doing it. So that way you could take some of their tips. One of the things that we learned is, with some of the shop pages, they have different like overlays on their screen. So I tried that last week. My overlay was off center, so I got to fix that. But recognizing those are some things that you can add to your page, and just make sure that it is more visually appealing, where people come in and it's like, ooh, I love the fresheners, the essential oils, and then having them on display. So I would say just do some research and see if there's any tips and strategies that people are doing that you can offer to spice up your life. Yes, peeps be on party and chatting late night into the mornings. Yes, they do. If you are here in the late nights, and then again thinking about um, TikTok shop in other countries, and so I've been getting a lot of different live sessions that are again from this page, and I say that I think the algorithm is confused, so I'm seeing a lot of international live sessions too. But again, I don't know what's happening, because And it's partially me because I probably set in on a few of them and now it's kind of showing up in my feed because I was intrigued, but I shouldn't have done it on this account. I should have done it on one of the other accounts. Yeah. I'm also, okay, you're educated on essential oils. Okay. Yes. Yes. Appreciate you all. Um, so thank you so much. The essential oils are good. All right, friends. Let me know if there's any other questions. I'm going to stay maybe another 10 minutes. I'm going to get off shortly only because I'm going to go over to my YT. I didn't get a chance to promote it. I use Tuesday evenings to do a quick check-in on the YT where I'm walking people through my journey with starting that channel and just making sure I'm being intentional about talking about if since I'm co-streaming, like what's the things I'm learning? What are some of the things I'm learning from doing this process and co-streaming? And so what I've done in just in terms of a milestone, I've hit 300 new subscribers in terms of doing this on a daily consistent basis. And you know, YT is a little different in terms of being able to grow over there because you really have to make sure you are getting people to first of all know about your page, but also hit that subscribe button. And so a lot of people will go watch videos because it's not a social media, it's a search engine. So people will watch videos and they won't hit subscribe. So they'll just keep going and jump around from different videos based on the interests that they have, the different topic interests. So you got to make sure you are actually asking people to subscribe, to support, to like, to do all the things as much as you have to do here. I think here there's just an easier direct line and path to get a new follower as well as getting people engaged than it is over there. As a matter of fact, over there, you don't even see who's watching your live. Hence, there's some people watching my live now, and I have no idea who they are. And so, recognizing that it's just a different type of platform, and you got to make sure that you're actively getting people to engage and supporting your live stream. And as you grow, hello, Miss Selfie. How are you, friend? How you doing, mine over, Kayla? How is everything going, friend? And so as it is over there, I just want to make sure that I'm offering as much good tips and strategies to help people and support them in their journey over there. And then, like I said, I need to start doing a little bit more with building out my page and optimizing my profile over there, my channel. And then my moderator, everything as well. Appreciate your friend. Hi. My moderator is Yes Michelle Crochet. She's not in the live now, but if you get a chance, please go follow her, connect with her, subscribe to her channel because she is trying to grow and she's really right at that. I think she's like 25 shy of the milestone um, to have 1,000 subscribers. So she's so stinking close. And so I want to see, just like I want to see all of y'all succeed, I want to see her succeed as well. So she is close. And I said, in the month of June, you're going to hit your milestone. And I really strongly believe that. So I want to make sure she is supported as well. So if you go to my channel, Dr. Lisa Launch Your Income, and then her channel is Yes Michelle Crochets. You can go there and subscribe. And she's my person that's helping me with the YT so that I understand just the platform and how to optimize and how to get things going. I need to follow a lot of her advice, so I've been kind of slacking on that end. I got to do better with optimizing my page and finding time to do it. So that's what I would tell you to do. Just get started. You need 50 subscribers to start live streaming, and so what I do is co-stream. So like I said, I'm literally here. I'll flip my camera. I'm doing it on my tablet. So this is my TikTok on my phone and on my tablet. You can see I'm live. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep showing up in this space, you all. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm gonna continue to keep doing it, friends, because that's what it's all about. Just keep showing up, keep doing it. And then, like I said, you don't overthink the numbers. The numbers gonna go up, they're gonna go down. People are gonna come in, people are gonna come out. People will like, people will not. People will engage, people will not. And so you just keep showing up. And if you are being, again, authentic and sharing your story, helping people, you said, thank you for showing up the behind the scenes phone. I bet, yes. Like I said, I don't gatekeep. I tell you guys everything because I want you guys to be successful. There is no, how you doing, Bab Steele? Thank you so much. Holla Q, how are you, friend, on the main page? Thanks, you're welcome, Biz Q. So yeah, there's no point, gatekeeping because at the end of the day, you know, we all can be successful. That's the way I see it. We all can grow. We all can do this. And if you go to my channel and click any of my shorts or long form videos, comment, subscribe, like, and then subscribe. Subscribe last because you always got to watch something over there. So that's why I said go watch a short. And then I will do the same for you because I get a notification that you did that so I can see that you did it. And then I can click your channel and go to your page and subscribe to you. So again, you get me. You also get Yes Michelle Crochets because she'll do the same because she said, you know what? Anybody that does that and say Dr. Lisa sent me, they'll make sure that she'll make sure that she goes to your page. So just make sure you do that if you're trying to get 2 new subscribers. Yes, numbers fluctuate massively. Just gotta keep talking. That's it. Thank you all. I appreciate you for the live goal, achieving the live goal. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Yes, how you doing, SS Designs? I appreciate you, Biz Law HQ. How is everything going? Thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate everybody who's coming in and supporting the live. So yeah, just keep talking because the more you talk, the more you continue to be here. People will start supporting. They will. And don't be discouraged. Like I said, the discouraged comes when, again, comparison. I always say that. Comparison is the thief of all joy. As you are comparing yourself, whether you're comparing your room from room to room, if you're comparing yourself to other people, if you're comparing yourself to other people's fast pace and journey and success and rise to success, you can't. You gotta make a commitment to yourself. And even within the discouragement of things going up and down or not being the way you think they should be, you gotta say, you know what, I committed. Like my friend Rhonda said, I committed to doing this for 30 days. That's what she said. So last week, she got her violation. She saw her numbers go down a little bit for a couple days. Hello, how you doing, Miss TLC? Appreciate you, friend. She saw her numbers dip. She still showed up. She kept showing up. You got to show up. Thank you so much for the daily heart, me friend. And so you got to show up. And even when the dip happened, but you got to be intentional about saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit to the process because I know at the end of the day, I'm showing up for myself first. And then I'm showing up for other people with my message. I'm supporting them. I'm being intentional about that support. You got to do it that way because if you are expecting people to support you and they feel as if you're not being genuine, you're not being, trustworthy, honest, they don't get a chance to know or like you, you're going to lose that support. You're going to see that dip happen. You're going to see that change happen, or shift in how people support you. So just know a lot of it is based on you first starting with you and making sure you're committing to the process, even when it's not what you want it to look like. Hello, Destiny. Hello, Mix It Up with Gigi. Appreciate you. How you doing, Deb? Thank you for joining the live, friends. I appreciate the support from all of you. Living with Sense, thank you so much. Thank you for the sub stickers. I see you, friend. That's what this is all about. And like I said, the numbers are going to dip. I've seen kind of the, like I said, the roller coaster effect where it goes up and it goes down. Then it goes back up again. And so what I'm going to do, even with the dip, even with the changes, even with how TikTok is TikToking right now, I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep doing this, particularly since I know we're about to hit this deadline. And so I'm just going to keep doing what I need to do. That's it. Thank you so much for the daily heart, me and the roses, friends. Yes, so I'm just going to keep showing up in that way. And ultimately, it'll fix itself out. It'll figure itself out. I've heard people say that they've had to ride this wave maybe longer. And I don't know. I don't know if it will be long standing. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to keep showing up. That's it. I'm just going to keep showing up. And so I want to make sure I just offer that particular perspective because as you decide to go live, as you decide to build your community, there will be moments where you're feeling a certain way. Okay. I will tell you to probably go back to the basics. The basics is go to the search bar, search your topic, search your audience, search things that are related to what you're going to share in your live stream, because then the people in those comments, especially if it's the videos with a lot of views, the people in those comments are people who are looking for your topic. They're looking and enjoying and engaging in content based off that. Maybe go to live streams that are based on your topic. So again, people who are in those rooms are interested in your topic. They're interested in what you have to say. As much as they're there for that live, don't get me wrong, but that engagement matters. The engagement in the room, sharing the live, commenting, connecting with people. The engagement matters. Okay? So you want to be intentional. And at the end of the day, what's for you is for you. What's for everybody else is for them. Okay? That's the way I see it. Again, that comparison can steal all joy. And so if you do what you need to do, you'll see success. That's how it goes. Hello, happy, appreciate you. How you doing, Moni? I started the pilot program. How many videos am I allowed per week? Typically, it's 5 videos in 3 lives. Where you can go check for your specific numbers, just in case it's higher or lower. Mix it up with Gigi. You can go on your page where it has the TikTok Shop for Creator program. So if you go to TikTok Studio on that home screen, once you click that TikTok Studio on your profile page, you'll see TikTok Studio. Click TikTok Studio. It takes you to the tools page. If you scroll down under monetization, you'll see TikTok Shop for a Creator. Click that. Once you click and you're on your creator page for your affiliate program, you click that. In the top right corner, it's going to be either or. It's going to be your face, because on this page is my face. On my shop page, it's the 3 lines. I don't know why they're both different. TikTok is probably still catching up on updates to the algorithm, but on my shops page, it's 3 lines still. So if you click the 3 lines, or if you click the image in the right corner with your face in the right corner, click that, scroll down, you'll see Creator Pilot Program. Click that and it'll tell you in the first couple sentences how many shoppable lives and videos you can do a week. It'll give it specifically for you. Hello, Moni. How are you, friend? I see your friend. Thank you so much for coming into the live. I was shocked when my 69-year-old mom told me she has over 4K followers, no content, purely from engagement. Congratulations to your mom. Oh, that's funny. So she's just coming on these lives. She's engaging in lives and connecting with people. That's it. People are connecting back with her. And she says she has no content. She need to post something. Tell her to post something. Tell her to post something. You said Nana with the followers. Yes. Tell her, say, look here, let me get your phone. Let me just post a video of you real quick. So she at least have one video or one post. Thank you. You're welcome. Nana needs to teach me. Yes, she loves lives. She's bored a lot. Okay, so she's just in people's lives listening, taking it all in. Depending on what her hobbies are too. I talk about my moderator on the YT is a crocheting in the crocheting community. There's a lot of people who are on this app doing that. And so she might be sitting there knitting and crocheting or whatever her pastime is, her hobby, and she's watching a live and getting all tips and patterns and other ideas and stuff. So yeah, absolutely. It's a great place when you really think about it from that perspective of people coming here, engaging and learning and growing and getting inspiration. And like I said, a live host, your job is to educate, entertain, and inspire. That's what you do. And so as you do that, people will come and support, and people will keep coming back. Dee Dee's Custom Designs, how you doing, friend? Thank you so much. Teray, thank you so much for being here. I see you, my friend. Oh my gosh, you went live for the first time. Dimples. How you doing, Dimples? I love that. Yes. Oh, she talks so much in lives. They recognize her when she logs in. She even was a mod for one. Look at her. Yeah, so your mom might be a high engager also, huh? She might have a high level blue box. She probably needs to tell you, like, look here, you should have been sent a gift. Your mom's like, look here, why have you not sent a gift before? This is the first time you came to Lisa's live to send your first gift. Your mom was like, look here, friend, you need to get your blue box. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Dimples, thank you so much. I love the hand heart. Thank you so much. Right. I need to get schooled. Yes, you better sit in with moms. You said it was scary. You were scared. Just keep talking. Just keep talking. That's what it's all about. Just keep talking. Hello. Thank you so much for the heart puffs and the roses. Okay, wait a minute. So I'm going to say this. Some sugar. Some sugar is showing y'all how to stay up pent up. I'm just going to say that out loud. So Nika Grace, you might want to pay attention. What she's doing is staying pent up. She's up there. Dimples, as you stay up there, your name stays. So just know that that was a strategy. So when you're in those rooms, people can see you and connect with you. So that is absolutely a strategy, friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Some sugar, Dimples, and Destiny. Thank you so much, friends, for all the gifts. I see them. Appreciate the roses, Teray. Thank you so much for the heart puff. So I appreciate all the shares and the likes, friends. Thank you so much. And you're level 25. I didn't realize that. Look at you. Awesome. Thank you so much. So yeah, Dr. Lisa, do my first lives have to be 30 minutes long? Hold on one second. Luna. First, okay, we kept moving. 30 minutes long for a total, each, or for a total of 30 minutes to get benefits. For the latter, for a total of 30 minutes. Those first three have to equal 30 minutes. However, if you want to go longer, that's better. If you have, and I'm going to say this out loud, especially for my friends, thank you so much for the popular lives and the flowers. I appreciate that. The Palmera, is that it? Palmeria, that's it. Thank you. So if you have gifts, I'm going to say this, and say people are coming in, supporting you, and liking your live, and you got some rewards. So if you swipe or click the little house, and you can see how long you've gone live, the time is up in the corner, how many new followers you got, you can see that. You can see how many diamonds you collected. If you see you're close to 5 followers and 30 minutes, go your 30 minutes. Go 25 minutes at least. Go over if you can. 25 minutes if you're getting new followers. So that's a telltale sign that you really do need to make sure you maximize, because the longer you go, the more diamonds and rewards you'll receive. So you want to keep going. You want to make sure you're getting the support. Miss Veda, how you doing, Ramona? Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Moni. See the sub stickers, consistency and engagement, friends. That's what matters. And so if you see you're in that situation, then I would say go a little longer. Don't stop, okay? Just keep going, because that's going to help you in terms of your growth too, okay? Hello, everyone. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for coming on in. TikTok is funny. TikTok says, people say this all the time, TikTok will say, if you say you're getting ready to leave, TikTok will put more people in your room. I'm just going to say that out loud. Because TikTok is seeing, like, oh, okay, you about to leave. Wait a minute. Let me go ahead and make you stay a little longer. But no, I had done 90 minutes. I was going to get off and pop over to my YT so I can do my session over there. So I can also share my update. But my friends in the room, let me know if there's any questions. Make sure you are engaged. They do. I thought it was imaginary. No, it's true. They're listening to what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. So if you say something wrong, they'll ding you for it. But if you say you're getting ready to get out of here and you're wrapping up and stuff, oh yeah, they're listening. It's listening to everything you're saying. So yeah, people will. I think multiple people have noticed that you'll get a little bit of a blip in terms of an uptick. Just, it may be slight, but it's an uptick that's going to happen, because people are like, oh. And so TikTok is like pushing it out and stuff. So yeah, that's what's happening. So yeah, definitely be strategic in that way. But yeah, TikTok is funny like that. But I so appreciate you all. Like I said, I was gonna get off only because, hey friend, how you doing, Dion? Only because, like I said, I'm gonna go over to the YT. I'm gonna chat over there for a few minutes. Probably, I usually stay on 20, 30 minutes over there, just so that I can share some insights and share how that growth has happened over there. And recognizing I still need to do some work to optimize my page, so I need to invest some time there. What happens if you say something wrong in a live? You get a violation. It'll pop up. So yeah, they'll if you say something wrong. So you got to be careful about saying anything that's relating to substances, illicit substances. So even if you use the street name or whatever, you can get in trouble for it. People have said that they've gotten an instant message that they've used the street names for some of those substances. I don't know why is that coming out wrong, but yeah. So you just gotta be careful about what you say, and TikTok will send you a violation. So I never say stuff like that. So that's not part of my topic. Um, I know people said you have to be careful about derogatory political comments, that type of stuff. If you're talking about any celebrities and naming names and stuff, you got to be careful. I know people were naming different notable people in my chat before. I don't say the name when I repeat it. I was like, oh, okay, I might say the initials or something like that, but I don't say the name. So just be careful if you're talking about anybody who's of celebrity status, especially if you're talking about like political commentary and stuff. That can be problematic. Um, and so TikTok will send you a message. The violations that you normally see is relating to like shoppable content. There's the whole notion surrounding fake engagement. So people will get in trouble for that. So I've heard people get messages that says there's fake engagement happening in a room. If there is people spamming and people using words that are part of the grow room context. So snatch, what is it? Not snatch, scoop, gotcha, that type of stuff. So you got to be careful about those. Any words, like even when I talk about the YT, I say the initials sometimes, just making sure I switch it up a little bit and I don't always say the name because TikTok can be jealous. Sherry, how are you? Thank you so much, friend. So yeah, they can be a little jealous. So I try not to say too many of those words that will be words that align with any of those, um, like the grow room comments and stuff. Link, Link, you'll hear me spell that on occasion too. BIO, I'll spell that sometimes PIN. So again, just spelling things because again, um, any overuse of those words, like you're trying to move people from the app, have them go to your Link as opposed to staying in the app. You got to be careful. I was talking about the YT on my channel. Yes, yeah. So yeah, I say the initials. So should I avoid and say, um, I would mix it up a little bit. You could say, whatnot, but one time, but then just say WN so that people understand what you're talking about. I would try to use it interchangeably so it's not overuse. Especially, again, if it's sounding as if you're trying to move people from the app. So when I talk about my stand store, I talk about it and I share that you can obviously get things down from the stand store. You can download it. However, when I show it and I walk you through. So I click the link. You can click it if you want to, but I click the link because I don't want you to leave the app. And most people don't. So I can see if there was a mass exodus, then TikTok might be like, wait a minute, you're doing something shady. But for the most part, you just show people how to get to things and then they ultimately make the decision if they want to click or they wait later or however they want to do it. What about the grow people that comment on your page so I delete them? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So depending on how they're engaging, yeah, you want to be careful with that, especially if they don't have words in their bio. Their username is the user with all the numbers. They don't know how to engage fully. They don't know how to optimize their profile either. So you got to be careful. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you, Rhonda. How you doing? Queen V, appreciate you being here. Oh, okay. What are grow rooms? You know what? You would know you would know them. They're the rooms where, and again, you might want to ask your mom. Your mom probably is, if she's moderated for some, maybe she's been in somewhere. It's like a lot of music playing. The chat is chatting. People are being pinned. Usually, people are looking to get pinned or pin themselves because they're gifting so much to be seen. Okay, so and to get followed. So like my friend Lady V, the people who are there coming in, like people will click them to then follow them. And it's kind of a follow for follow's sake. It's not true engagement. So you gotta be careful in terms of going into those rooms and people are not being very genuine about their engagement. Because they'll follow you there and then drop you once they're out the room. So you followed them back, their numbers increased, but yours didn't because they unfollowed. And so that's the fake engagement. So they're only doing it to get their numbers up and not yours. So just recognize those rooms what you're there for. And if you are engaging in those rooms, be mindful that you may not get the numbers you're looking for, and maybe you need to reach a little higher in terms of your number goal, because again, those people will unfollow you because they're not there for you; they're there for themselves. Which, to a certain extent, you might want to be there for yourself too. Okay, just to be real, because that's not a room you want to stay in all the time. Because again, it's not necessarily teaching you anything. And a lot of those people are fake engagers. They could be banned accounts. All that stuff could be part of it. Then and there can be fake accounts, back accounts looking for WT. Yes, TD. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome, friend. Hello, everyone. How you doing, Lady V? Right, I'm about to go to the grow room. Just kidding. You're not kidding. I clap for you. You're not kidding. I jumped out. He scared me. Oh, you're talking about one of those rooms that you was in, Dion? Oh, wow. Yeah, there's some characters. There are definitely some characters on these TikTok streets. Yes. Hi, how you doing, Dean? Thank you so much, D Newton. That's it, D Newton. Yes. Yeah, there's some characters. It depends on how they're doing it. Um, so you definitely want to be careful. But I would encourage you, if you're looking at building a community. Hello, thank you so much for the daily harmony. If you're looking for building a community, make sure you are starting by going live yourself and build a community that you think you want to be a part of. I'm kidding about grooves. I want real people. Okay, true. I can connect with even though it's taking longer. Yes, that's true. That's true. He pulled me up on my profile. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Thank you so much. How you doing, Jim? Here, I see your friend. Hello. How are you, friend? And then I see D Newton. Thank you so much for the popular vote. Look at you guys. Appreciate all the support. So yeah, I'm gonna stay on for a few more minutes, and I'll probably get off. I was looking at the clock, so um, maybe stay on for actually probably like 3 minutes because that'll put me out right at 1:45. Hello, how are you doing tonight? Today I am doing well, Miss K. How are you? So yeah, we talked about today's topic. I'm going to wrap up in a second. Today's topic really was about just making sure you're being intentional about your strategy for going live. I was sharing a couple things. I want you guys to go live and go live as frequently as possible, especially in the next 10 to 12 days, because what we're about to hit is that next extension deadline. And we want to see what happens in that extension. We want to make sure that if we're going live, we should be able to benefit from any changes with the algorithm, with the app, with the surge of people who might come here, because that's what happened last time. People came and they were excited, and it was a whole thing surrounding people coming on TikTok and growing. Okay? So I want you to be a part of that growth, because with that surge, it's going to bring more people here. Okay? So you want to be on the receiving end of that. So that's going to be most important. Just be on the receiving end so that you can, in fact, grow and build your community in particular. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining. And let me know if there's any last minute questions before I leave. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you claim your points. If you have points sitting up there, claim your points. Don't swipe out before you got them. Okay? That's a big thing where you can get all the points. Every point count. Okay? And then I'll be back tomorrow at 10. I told you I'm going to jump on the YT in like 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. And I'll jump over there so I can talk. And I'll probably talk for about 15 to 30 minutes. At most, I'll be 30. When do you have your sub meeting? My next sub meeting, oh, thank you for asking that. My next sub meeting is not this Wednesday, which is tomorrow, but next Wednesday. I got to look at what date that is. I want to say it's the 11th. It's on Wednesday. So June 11th. It's at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I try to do it every other weekend. So at least 2 to 3 a week, 2 or 3 a month, that'll happen for people. So every other Wednesday is what I try to stick to, Wednesday or Thursdays. So 6:30 Eastern on Wednesday. And then my shop page, I'm looking at doing awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm looking at creating a subscription over there so I can talk more about the TikTok shop stuff over there on that page and not leave it here too much. So I'm going to come up with a schedule and I'll let people know about that as well. All right. Thank you for the information. You're so welcome. Thank you all for the support. I appreciate the tapping, the sharing, the liking, the gifting, the comments, the engagement. I appreciate you all. You guys are so thoughtful and kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And I'll see you tomorrow at 10 and at 4. Hope you get perfume. Appreciate you. Oh, perfume for my oh, I'm gonna look. Message me if there's something you're intrigued about. I'm gonna look and see what's in there. I will. Let me look and see what's in the shop, the marketplace, and see what I can get. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Thank you, my friends on the YT. I'm going to start up again at 5 minutes. So if you want to come back, I will be back here and making sure that I am sharing all the tea about the YT. YouTube. All right, friends, take care. Bye-bye.